What up? Steezy Flips here with another video. Today we are talking about the BionicOSI. This is my full review on it, full thoughts. I've spent an entire week flipping nothing but this guy over here, this blue Bionic, and he has done me wonders. We'll do a quick sound test. So, still sounds fantastic. All I have on there is carbon honey, but I haven't touched the pivots at all whatsoever. This is just bare how it sounds. It's fantastic. So, we'll go ahead and talk about this. So I've used this knife the way I've used my blue Kraken beater for the last week. I've taken it up to work, I've flipped it on roofs, I've flipped it over concrete, over rocks, you name it, and it's been dropped on everything. There is still, hear that? Yeah, no you don't. Still no tap, and it's maintained its tolerances really well. It has a teeny bit of play, but honestly, not bad. I've dropped this thing so hard on the tip. You can kind of see there's a scuff there. There's scuffs all along the bottom. I got scuffs on the face of it. So I mean, it's taken a beating, and it still feels really good. It still flips fantastically. But I'll go ahead and start talking about the knife now. So overall, fantastic knife. I would absolutely recommend it for being sorry about that, for being under $100. You can't go wrong. I kind of wish this would have been the first knife that I had owned if they would have existed when I started flipping, just because I have a very bad bias towards handle bias balisongs. That's why on my main Kraken that I use, the silver one, I have those pivots excuse me, I have those pivots in the handles to kind of give it more of the trainer balance in terms of the in terms of the handle bias. But since flipping this, it's given me a very good healthy transition into neutral, because this is extremely neutral. It is an extremely neutral knife, and that was my main problem when I first started flipping it, was getting used to it, just because my muscle memory was so used to handle biased that is what all of my tricks kind of lean towards. And so I had a lot of issues with rollovers, because that's like the main tricks that I do. But because of that because of that, I ended up struggling with it for a little while when I first got it. And I mean, I still do, just because I still have a lot of bad habits from handle biased knives. But I mean, it's perfectly neutral. It has an incredible flow of momentum. It's not like you have to work for it. It does a good job. It's relatively light. I like that because it's not like strenuous on my fingers, because I literally flip all day while I'm working, while I'm driving around. But yeah, anyway, so G10 has done pretty well. It's held up pretty good, which is fantastic. I really like that. Whoops. It has a couple of marks, but I mean, I've dropped this so many times in like literal, like almost mud essentially, and it's held up its form very nicely, as well as its sound. The jimping on this thing is incredible. Some of the best jimping I've ever felt. I flipped my Kraken for the first time today before I did this video, just to kind of see how it felt in my hand after a week of not flipping it, and I missed the jimping as soon as I left. So I mean, the jimping on this is A1. It is literally the best you can possibly ask for. Any ladder you want to do, it's gonna give you some pretty good support as I drop it twice. Yeah, but yeah, that jimping's great. Anyway, next is these ridges in the middle. I didn't think a whole lot of them, but they actually do so much. First time I noticed them was this right here, going from that short stop to chatter transition, because it just, your fingers catch on that. And I've never really experienced any kind of jimping texturing in the middle of a knife like that, and it is fantastic. I will tell you what. Oh, darn. But yeah, it's honestly a game changer. I really like it, and I missed it whenever I started flipping the Kraken again, if I'm being honest. This is one of the neutrally balanced knives that I'm going to be flipping a lot of, and hopefully it'll get me better at, make me a little more well-rounded in terms of my, my flipping and my consistency across different knives and different, weight distributions. But anyway, other than that, I mean, you've heard it. You've heard all the good things about it. It's a 6061 aluminum. I don't know the exact weight, but I mean, it's relatively light. It's similar to the Polaris in terms of the way that it feels in your hand with weight. And the G10 looks really good, and it sounds really good. But yeah, if this was around when I first started, this would have been what I wish my first starter knife would have been. This is probably one of the best knives I have flipped for under $100. And I paid for both of mine. I didn't get these sent to me. But these things are fantastic, and I would recommend. Anyway, other than that, if anybody has any questions about these guys, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd be more than welcome to answer any questions that might come to mind. But yeah, other than that, darn. Other than that, you guys keep it steezy and have a blessed rest of your day, night, whatever it is you guys are, whenever you guys are watching this. And until next time, catch ya. Peace.